Hey everyone! Sometimes you just have to make a video when you're not at home, and that's totally cool. But this one is going to be really fun. You guys may have noticed from not too long ago, I said that I was getting interested and started delving into writing orchestral and score type music. Well, the guys over at Arturia reached out to me and they sent over a new instrument. This is already out there, so you can grab it today. This is Arturia's Yangtze. So Yangtze is an augmented instrument, and that is a blend between authentic sounds and digital recreations and being able to blend between the two, as well as a bunch of other features. So let's dive into the DAW and take a look at this. So here it is. This is Augmented Yangtze from Arturia, and if you have seen any of the augmented instruments from them, this looks very familiar. You can see right in the middle of the user interface is the morph control. This allows you to blend between the different instruments, whether they be more organic and acoustic versus the digital recreations and the electronic elements. So you can kind of blend between these two. You have your color control in the top left. And then going around from there, you have time, motion, effects B, and effects A is on the other side, reverb, and delay. And that's just the front page. This is the default. And by default, it sounds like this. Now here's something really cool. In the bottom of the window is the keys, and you can just go in here and start playing around. So this is what it sounds like when you open up a brand new instance. This is the default setting. So you can hear it has multiple elements going on. A lot of things are blended in there. There's a ton of reverb. There's the effects, the color. All of these things are working together, and we can manipulate them as we're playing if we want to as well. But this goes much further as well. On the top right of the plugin, you see the advanced menu, and now we can actually dive a little further in and seeing really what the Augmented Yangtze can do. You have two different layers with multiple samplers and attack envelopes going on inside of it. You've got your wave tables, you've got samplers, you've got synths, you've got so much in here. And you can have them all on and active and manipulated in many different ways all at the same time. So this is where you can just have your different sounds or your generators that are going to create all of your notes. And this is how we're able to get those multiple layers even when we're just hitting one key like you heard a second ago. Then if we go along the top, we have modulation next, where we can turn our LFOs on or off and link them to any kind of different parameter within the plugin. Next to that is the arpeggiator. You want to do some arpeggios? Built right in. Here you go. Next to that is the effects section, and there's a ton of effects going on. You can do just on the layers, so layer A or layer B, that's what we saw earlier. And if we go back to effects, you can also do effects on the main as a whole, so your delays and your reverbs on everything instead of just maybe layer A, side B, which would be layer A, synth 2, A2, however you want to label it. You could do that on the layer level, but then if you just want something on the main, you go to the effects. After that is macros, and this you can do so much. You can link things, have one LFO manipulate multiple things, have the movement of one parameter changing something else, something completely different. There's a lot of flexibility, but the presets sound awesome. Do you want to know how this thing sounds? I'm going to play you a sample of something I wrote as I was punching through different presets, getting inspired, letting the instrument talk to me and see what I could create with the sounds that it had. I really didn't do a lot of manipulation. Let me show you my session. You can just see there's a little bit of, yes, there's channel strips going on, but they're really just doing EQ moves and maybe a little bit of compression. And then at the end, I just have a little mix bus stuff just to get it where I needed it to be. Take a listen to what this can do. I wrote this in about 2 hours. as I was messing around with this, I immediately started thinking of some of the anime that I watch sometimes, or kung fu movies, training sequences. It just all started clicking together, and really everything you heard was Augmented Yangtze minus a couple of the percussion hits and that little sequency bit at the end. I used another program for that, but everything else you heard was Augmented Yangtze from Arturia. Don't be afraid of blurring the lines between acoustic and electric elements within your productions. Maybe even have the entire production be that. Something you can blend and move between the more electronic elements and then back to the organic, and then have them all culminate together at the end. There's a lot of inspiration with these augmented instruments. So head over to Arturia and check out Augmented Yangtze for yourself right now. Until next time, have some fun, get inspired, write some songs, and I'll see you next time. Bye.